welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury makeup. And it is time for my April repurchase review. So this is where I go through everything that I featured on my channel during the month of April and whether I would repurchase it or not, and any updates or anything on those items. So let's go ahead and get started. We're working backwards, and we're going to start off with the Westman Atelier liquid lip balms. These are the squeaky clean liquid lip balms, and I really like these. So I started off with 2 shades. I actually did order a 3rd shade that's on the way, and these have a great texture. I'm actually wearing Nana, the lighter shade, right now, and I have it over one of the Guerlain Shine Bloom lipsticks. So this is Nana, and I just used it as a little bit of a topper because the lipstick's very pink, so it just toned it down a little bit. It's a fantastic shade for that. And then texturally, these are similar to my favorite lip glosses, the Sisley Lafito glosses. So, you know, best of both worlds here. Now, one thing I'd like to note about these lip balms, these are actually a hydrating liquid lip balm. Like, you know, the hydration aspect actually works on me. So I really do like these on their own or on top of something as well. Next, we have the Suku pre-summer collection. And this is a stunning collection. I would definitely repurchase everything in this collection. So there are 2 lipsticks, 2 blushes, and 2 eyeshadow quads. So this blush here, 127, this actually really surprised me. It is actually more of like a clementine orange kind of shade. Whereas a lot of times when you see these like orange blushes, they're really more yellow. And you can see that this is like a true orange. And it's just like so bright and summery. I really enjoy it. So just to show you the others, we've got the pink one here. I'm not gonna swatch everything, but I'll swatch these blushes. And this one here is number 126. And yeah, another bright pop of color. Now with these blushes, it's a blush that goes into highlight. So you've got both there. You can kind of mix and match your shade and so forth. I really love the Suku Pure Color blushes, which is this formula, but these colors in particular are 2 of my favorites in my collection. And then I also have both of the eyeshadow quads. This is 102, which is exclusive to Selfridges, and it's incredible. I don't even like pink eyeshadow quads, and I love this one. And then we have 103 here, which is available at other retailers as well. So May 6th is when it's supposed to be released at Harrods and Liberty. It's already been out at Liberty, and it sold out immediately. I'm not sure if they're restocking. Selfridges is planning on restocking. At the time I am filming this on May 1st, so you know, hopefully things have been coming up since then. And then we do also have 2 lipsticks, and they are a matte formula, and there's like a brown lipstick and like a rosier lipstick. They're both beautiful. So they're both very pigmented colors. So you can dab them on for a lighter look, top them with some lip gloss for something like lighter and more summery. Otherwise, more opaquely, I think they're a little bit more fall-like, but I really enjoy the entire collection. The whole thing's a repurchase. Next, we have the Hermes blushes and also the lip enhancers. And I picked up all 8 of the blushes available in the US. This one here is 28 Rose Plume. This is what I have on my cheeks today. And I love these blushes. I think they are great. Yes, they are expensive. You're paying for the name and so forth, but I think the formula on these is great, and they're a lot more pigmented than I expected. So I really like them. I don't really have one favorite, but to say Rose Plume, Rose Blush, which is this one here, you know, those are 2 of my favorites. I also, you know, I like all of them. So, you know, it's really hard to pick a favorite with them. You know, they kind of go with different things, but for my coloring, I would say Plume, Blush, Ombre, Nude, and Palmette. Those are probably my top favorites. Now, the lip enhancers and the blush brush, I really like these, but, you know, as I have to say, you know, a lot of this is for the packaging, and I'm okay with that. But this blush brush, very glad I have it. I would repurchase everything that I've purchased from Hermes. The packaging on these lip enhancers is fantastic. I like this. These are like a matte lip balm, and I like them. There are 3 shades here. They are nice, but they're not my favorite formula. lower that a little bit. But I like them. So I ended up picking up all three because I wanted the packaging. So I think what I'm going to do is after I use these up, I will keep one around with a lip enhancer refill, and then I will refill the other two with lipsticks or maybe the clear lip balm or something like that as well. Never tried the clear lip balm, so I don't know if that's good or not, but you know, these are the lip enhancers. So you can see the packaging is just stunning, and these actually are more matte here on the bottom compared to all of the other lip products from Hermes. Next, we have the Tom Ford Eye Duo and Gloss for the Spring Summer collection, or the Soleil collection. So this duo is in black sand. You have a gold topper, and then you have a black cream product here. Now this is not a flat cream. There is a little bit of, you know, like some like sparkle in here as well. So it's really pretty. Like this product, I was like, I'm not really gonna wear it, but I love it. And it shears out to this beautiful like grayish shade that you can then top with the gold, and you get kind of this greenish gold look, and it's actually very wearable. So also in this collection, we have the Sunless Gloss, which is a color changing gloss, and it changes to this like peachier shade here. So, you know, I really like it. You can see on the wand, the color that it changes. I think it's beautiful. So I'm really happy with that. I would definitely repurchase it. Next, I picked up all four of the Surratt liquid blushes, and this one here is Barb a Papa. And you know, I like the formula inside here, but they are more shimmery than I thought, which is my fault. You know, they are, it does mention that they're shimmery. So I like the product. I don't like the applicator. Would I repurchase these? You know, I probably would, just because I love Surratt so much, but honestly, if I was really thinking about it, I would not. So, and that's purely because I really detest the applicator. I don't really like having a sponge on here anyway. So that was already the first detractor, but you know, it's just not consistent with one click getting product up and so forth. Sometimes I have to turn it a ton to get anything up. Other times it like kind of overflows. So yeah, I guess I would have to say not to repurchase those. So unfortunately, the product inside is great, but the applicator makes it a no for me. Next, we have the Melt Cream Blush Light, and I purchased the shade Honey, and they actually have a few of these out. You know, there's a good color range, but there are only like 2 or 3 that do not have shimmer in them, and I really wanted something non-shimmery. So this is the only one I have. I'd like to get more, but the other shades I didn't think would work so well for me in the non-shimmery ones. So I have to say though, this formula, it's amazing. It's definitely up there in my favorites for cream blushes now. I really love it. So obviously the Melt Cream Blush Light would be a repurchase. Next, we have the Givenchy Prisma Libre Skin Caring Glow Foundation. And when I first got this, I wasn't like super enthusiastic about it. You know, I didn't love it. The more I've worn it, the more I've loved it. And now I wear it every day. I have it on now. It gives a really nice glow without any of that pearly look to it or any of that like metallic or shiny or sparkly look. It looks more natural. It's a serum foundation, so it's thin. I really love it, and it works really well with my skin. So, and I also have a good shade match. So for me, it's worked out well. I would definitely repurchase this. And then we also have the Mario Master Metallics palette, which, you know, this, I've only used it once so far, and I have to say, I really like it. I think it has a great formula to it. It's pretty creamy. It goes on smoothly. I really like it. I would repurchase this. I'm curious about the matte palette as well. I just feel like those shades look a little bit too warm for me, but I would be interested in trying it if they had a cooler version. Next, we have a couple of items from Say. I don't have the lip gloss here with me. I left that on my desk, but this is the Dew Balm in the lilac shade. And I don't like it. So mine, I don't know if it's defective or not, because based on reviews, everybody seems to have this issue, but you have to like apply a ton of pressure to get anything out. Then it doesn't go on smoothly. It's kind of chunky. It's just a terrible product. So I don't like this. The gloss, I love the actual texture of it. And I think a lot of people really like the scent of it, but I don't. So I will not repurchase any of the glosses. I've been wearing it and trying to figure out if I like it or not for the fragrance. To me, it's kind of like that burnt vanilla coffee kind of scent, which I think a lot of people would really love, but I'm not a coffee drinker. So for me, it's a pass. And then we also have the Suku 03 palette. This is part of the permanent line in Signature Color Eyes. And I love this palette. It is fantastic for every day. It's a great neutral palette. I wasn't sure if it would be too warm for me, but it's really not. And it's fantastic. So definitely, like, if you don't know what to put on, this is easy, something to grab. I would repurchase it for sure. The Hourglass Vanish Cream Blush Sticks. Let me know if you guys want to dedicate a review. I've used this in 1 or 2 Get Ready With Me's, and I play with them a lot. I finally figured out exactly how I like to use them. And I have to say that, yes, I would repurchase them. I think it's a great formula. I don't care for the packaging. I don't like this triangular shape, and I don't like how you can kind of turn past there. So, I don't like the packaging, but I like the product. And unlike the Surratt ones, I feel like this packaging is, even though I don't like it, it's not bad. It's not detrimental to the product. So these I would repurchase. And then we have the Sisley Sweet Coral Lip Liner, which, you've got a brush on one end, and then here is the lip liner. It's beautiful. I absolutely love this lip liner, and I think it goes great with the Coral Aqua from Hermes lipstick. So here's the lipstick here. You can see they're not an exact match, but they're close enough. And yeah, I love pairing them together. This, by the way, is still one of my favorites. So yes, the Sweet Coral from Sisley, I absolutely love it. They're pricey, get them on sale. Okay, and then we have the Gucci lipsticks. So these are the Rouge de Beauté Brillant. And I picked up a couple of these. I don't like them. So I would not repurchase. I think, they feel comfortable on the lips, but they just, they're not worth it. And there's not a lot of product. They don't last long. And yeah, there are just several things, I just don't really love about these. So I love the packaging, but that's about it. And then we have the Guerlain Shine Bloom lipsticks. And since I did my review on these, I picked up, I think 5 more from Sephora during the Sephora sale. So this is one of the newer ones that I picked up. This is 229 Petal Blush. This is what I have on my lips underneath the Nana Gloss, which is here. So I have those two paired together, and I love them. They are fragrance. If you don't like the Guerlain fragrance, that might be bothersome, but I love the formula of these. They're comfortable on my lips. They have plenty of shine for me, and they perform nicely. So I really love them. And yeah, obviously I picked up a ton of them. And next we have the Byredo Disco palette. This is a definite repurchase. This is probably my favorite Byredo palette. It's warmer than I usually go for, but I love it. I love the formula. This formula is very much or the same as the Sciomancer formula, which is my favorite. Yet these colors are more neutral. So absolutely love this palette. Definite repurchase. And then we have the Sisley Blur Expert. And this is not a new powder, but it was new to me. I always held off buying it because I thought it would be too dark. And then, I decided to take the plunge and try it. It's too dark. So, even under foundation, it's a bit too dark for me. However, I have heard that they are going to be coming out with a lighter version, which I will then try. So formula-wise, performance-wise, it does a nice job. I do have a comparison of this up with the Chantecaille Blur Powder if you're interested in seeing how the two of them perform, which one's better. But yeah, this particular shade is too dark, so I would not repurchase this shade. And then we have the Suku Glow Powder Foundation. I have shade 210, which is the lightest in the rosier side, the cooler tones. And, you know, I just purchased the refill. I don't have the case. It wasn't available when I ordered. And I absolutely love this formula. However, this shade is a little bit too dark for me. If they came out with this in lighter shades that worked, I would definitely run to buy it because the formula is that great. I've never used a powder foundation product this nice. You cannot see any powder on your skin. It's seriously amazing. If you have a match in like a color match, I would definitely recommend it. It's that good. And then I also featured some of the Chanel Liline liquid eyeliners, and I have all of the limited edition shades and everything, and I really like these. So yes, I would repurchase them. I purchased them over 3 or 4 different purchases, so I would definitely keep going back and buying more of these. The limited edition shades in particular are fantastic, and I would recommend them, you know, before they're gone. And just to follow up on some other products I've been reaching for still, the Hermes Coral Aqua is definitely a lipstick shade that I've been reaching for a ton. I'm still also reaching for the Rose Oasis, which also came out with it. I did not get the Beige Bluey, which I might. You can see the Rose Oasis is more pink. I really like both of them, but the Coral Aqua is my favorite. So I've been using that a ton. And I've also been using cream blushes a lot. So I've been reaching for some of my Westman Atelier blushes like Chouchette and Petal. And then this one here from Kjaer Weis, this is Blossoming. I absolutely love this. Definitely been reaching for it a lot. I need more shades. Bronzer, I'm still using the Gucci bronzer the most. I did also pick up the new Dior one. So I still need to play with this more. But I picked up the shade 4 because it had like cooler tones than 1 through 3. So yeah, let me know. I'll definitely feature this soon. And base products I mentioned, I've been mostly using the Givenchy, and then I'm also using the Koh Gen Do Aqua foundation a lot. So those are the 2 I've been reaching for the most. And then instead of like a real concealer, I've usually been using either the Merit stick or the Jones Road face sticks, which I'm, you know, playing with. I'll compare. Let me know if you guys are interested in a comparison video between the 2 of those. And then I have a ton of Jones Road products that I haven't featured as well. I know I've gotten some requests for those. For powders, I'm still using the Sisley Vito Puja Compact in #1 Rosy the most. I use this mostly for setting, and then for finishing powder, I've been using the Guerlain Meteorites, and honestly, I've been using the Pearl Glow one the most. So this is the one from the spring collection that is hard to get, but I've been using that a lot, and then the Koh Gen Do Brightening Moisture powders in the beige, and then the pink more like centered here where I would want some highlight. And let's see here, mascara. Been reaching for the Sisley So Stretch in Brown the most, and I finished off my Surratt one. I don't want to open a new one, or that would probably make the list as well, but otherwise I've been using the Lancome Lash Idole when I want something a little bit more volumizing and I want something a little bit more black because I have the brown in this. So those are the ones I've been reaching for the most. Brows, I'm using the Surratt Brow Pomade in light brown the most, or the Gucci Brow Pencil with a clear pomade. So I've been using those a ton. And I just want to mention this Gucci eyeliner in Celeste. This is the light blue. I've been using this on the lower waterline a lot, just for like a little bit of unique brightening. I have a tiny bit of it on today, and it just makes your eyes look a little bit wider. I don't put on a lot, so it doesn't really look super blue, but it does, you know, kind of help counteract some like redness and so forth because I've been pretty tired and allergies and everything. And I think that's basically it because I've been testing things pretty much all month, blushes and everything, cream eyeshadows, you know, I've been testing everything. So I haven't had time to reach for too many things outside of what I have featured in this month's videos, but those are the things that, you know, I've been reaching for the most. Primers, still using the same ones, the Surratt Perfectioniste primer on days when my skin, you know, my sunscreen's a little bit oilier. And then if I've kind of gone a few hours from skincare before I actually put on makeup, then my skin's usually a little bit drier then, and I put it on the Dior Forever So those are the ones that I've been reaching for the most. And I think that covers everything. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to know what you guys have been reaching for and what your favorites were this past month, or things that you really just didn't like. And please let me know down below in the comments, and be sure to follow me on Instagram for all of the latest news. And as I mentioned, I am doing a selected buy for May and June. So I have a set shopping list. This, it's not really a low buy per se, because I'm still picking up quite a few things, but I'm trying to kind of cut out any of the extra purchases from random things that pop up. So I have my shopping list. And if you are curious to see what's on there, I do have it posted with Just Glow Firefly. She and I both do Clubhouse on at All Things Luxury Beauty. So we have an Instagram account for that. I'll leave that linked down below. And if you go into the link tree in the profile, you can see, notes from our meetings, also the calendar with all of our events that are coming up, with the topics and so forth, as well as our shopping lists. And we each have 2 free passes per month that can roll over. So I'm gonna definitely stick to my list. I'm pretty good at sticking to my guns when, I've kind of alerted other people to it, and nobody, that way, because, I can't cheat that. So it's one thing if I kept it to myself, then I could just quit. But yeah, my shopping list is posted if you're interested in seeing that. And I will see you very soon. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I'll see you very soon. Have a great day and stay safe and healthy.